Possibly.
What is up, everybody? Welcome into another episode here on Wide Eye Sports Day. We got a full trio of people in today. We're missing one Spoon, but he'll be on the show next week, hopefully. But without any further ado, let's talk Week 12 post game. We're going to be going through all the games, talking about what we thought, talking about what we like, what we didn't like, what we hate, what we loved. Make sure to like, subscribe, helps little channels. We really appreciate you. Really appreciate it. Let's start with Buffalo at Houston. Riley, your boy, he didn't get it done.
Yeah, lost me a lot of fantasy games.
Yeah, a lot. Lost me a lot. Yeah, he did not get it done. 2 interceptions, and I mean, he threw for 70% and 250 yards, but 0 touchdowns, 2 interceptions, not going to get it done. A 67.4 passer rating, which not going to get it done against the number one defense in the NFL. And this Houston defense is the number one defense in the NFL right now. Jesus. They are absolutely killing it out there. They are averaging, let me see here, I'm pulling up their stats. They're averaging a whopping, technically they're second in the NFL in points per game, but they're giving up an average of 16.5 points per game right now. That is insane. So good for them. They make Josh Allen look bad. They give up the big long run to Cook. I think that was a 74-yarder, but outside of that, he only had 116 yards, so 50 yards after that. Good for them.
Buffalo is still winless when Josh Allen doesn't have 3 touchdowns. I think the team has regressed a little bit back to what Buffalo was 3 or 4 years ago, where if Josh does not put on the Superman cape, they just aren't going to win.
I mean, you can say the same about J.J. McCarthy. J.J. McCarthy hasn't won a game yet where he doesn't have 3 touchdowns in the game. So, I mean, same thing.
Basically, J.J. McCarthy is Josh Allen.
He's rookie year Josh Allen. It's okay. We'll get there. Pittsburgh Steelers at Chicago Bears. Riley, your Bears get the win. An ugly win, a scary win with some Rudolph in the game. But Caleb goes out there, throws for 239 yards. DJ Moore leads the way for the Bears at 64 yards. The Bears did give up 92 rushing yards to Kenneth Gainwell. But if your opponent's leading weapon is Kenneth Gainwell, you're probably going to win most of those games.
Yep.
So good for you guys. What are your thoughts?
Bears came into the game down 6 starters. They were out every starting linebacker, which is partially the reason we gave up so many rushing yards.
Yep.
Credit to Ryan Poles, the plumbers we had out there playing linebacker, both recorded 14 or more tackles, which is impressive.
Jesus.
Yes. I think Lance Briggs said it best on a podcast I was watching of his. Effort makes up for a lack of talent, and they were definitely showing a lot of effort out there to both get 14 or more tackles. Again, the defense still looked bad, but I can't complain about a Bears quarterback putting up 3 touchdowns. So.
Yeah, no, for sure. Dalton, any thoughts?
Man, Bears are looking scary good, you know.
I wouldn't go that far.
It's scary. It's scary. It's scary. No, go ahead.
I was trying not to last too long on the Bears. This isn't a Bears podcast. But the national media has got to get their shit together. Either the Bears get 0 credit, they're just this cute team that's number 1 in the hardest division in the NFL with a chance at the 1 seed this week, or they're going to the Super Bowl. The truth is they're somewhere in between, but they're either getting 0 credit or way too much.
I will say this. The Bears are in the first year of what the Detroit Lions look like under Ben Johnson. And they're a top 10 offense with a bad defense, right? Like that's what the Lions were in the first year of their run, right, over the past 3 years. That's where the Bears are at.
It is insane. As a Bears fan, I've never seen an offense this good, and I've never seen a Bears defense this bad. It's an odd feeling here in Chicago.
And I hate this. I absolutely hate this. But Ben Johnson is exactly who I thought he was going to be as a head coach. He's really fucking good at offense. And we don't know what he's going to do on the defensive side of the ball, but he's going to have an offense good enough to compete every single week. And I hate that because
he is a serial killer on the sideline, just absolutely stone-faced, zero emotion, and then he gets back to the locker room and looks like an actual human being.
I absolutely hate that he stayed in the division. I absolutely hate it. He terrorizes this division, and he's a reason that it's one of the toughest divisions in football. The Patriots at the Bengals, much closer game than a lot of people thought it was going to be. But the Patriots are kind of another team. Drake May's playing lights out football. Don't get me wrong, lights out. But this Patriots defense is not super great. They're not a Houston. They are a top 10 defense, like statistically, but their schedule, most teams would be a top 10 defense against this schedule. And that's not to dog on the Patriots at all. They're winning football games and they deserve their record. And, they're doing what they need to do, but they're not exactly playing outside of Buffalo. They're not exactly playing the Bills every single week. And they did beat the Bills, like I said, deserved, but that's a division game. They're not going into Arrowhead and getting wins. They're not going into Denver. Actually, I don't know. Did they go to Denver? Before I say that, I don't know they didn't go to Denver and get a win. So let me double check. They did not go into Denver. Okay, cool. They've been to at Miami, Buffalo, division game, at New Orleans, at Tennessee, at Tampa Bay is a good win, but they're really banged up right now. And then at Cincinnati without Joe Burrow. That's about as easy a road schedule as you can get. Like, the only tough road game they're going to have all year is the Ravens, because they only have to play the Ravens and the Jets on the road from here on out. And they get the Giants at home and the Dolphins at home still. And they have to play Buffalo at home. So
I think New England is very similar to the Bears.
Yeah. 100%.
But they are getting all of the credit that the Bears are not. And I think most of it stems from the win against Buffalo. But again, that's a division game, and Buffalo is not looking. They're 2 games over 500.
Yeah, not looking great.
They're not looking great. But if they didn't have the easiest strength of schedule, they had the second easiest.
They have the easiest. It's the easiest strength of schedule.
Yes, and again, not to take Drake May's playing great.
Not to take. They're winning games, and they deserve credit for that. But their strength of schedule is -5, and this is via Pro Football Reference, and how they do that is they take the average wins of the opponent. So if the opponent is 1 game over 500, it would be +1. And if that next game was +1 game over 500, it'd be +2. So on average, their schedule is 5 wins under 500, which, just to give you an example, Houston Texans are at a 2.79. The Pittsburgh Steelers are at a -2.14. I mean, there's a lot of variance in that. The Bears, I was going to pull up the Bears real quick, see what their strength of schedule is at here.
And I think Tampa Bay I would put them in the same category as Pittsburgh.
Yeah, very much so. The Bears are at a -3.46. So, and that's, you guys play a little bit tougher of a schedule, and you haven't had that big win. So you've lost a little more than they have, which makes sense, but you're very, very similar. We talked about this last week. I think they're in the same boat, just as the Vikings and the Falcons are in the same boat, just as, in my opinion, the Panthers and the Bucks are in the same boat. 2 teams you don't really know what you're going to get every week.
Yeah.
So let's go Giants-Lions. Lions win in OT. Another game that cost me in fantasy because I was going against Jahmyr Gibbs this week, against Spoon, who's not here today.
Ooh.
And I only lost by 20.
That's why.
And Jahmyr Gibbs had 55 points. He had 3 dudes play.
Insane.
He had 3 dudes play in the first window, and he had over 100 points. The first 3 dudes. 55 points out of Jahmyr Gibbs. I would have crushed him if Gibbs just had a 20-point game. which would have been great for. That'd have been a good game. If he had a 30-point game, I still would have won. I'm salty. I'm salty. In that league, the 3rd spot through the 7th spot is 1 game with 3 weeks to play.
Ooh, it's real close.
Yeah. And I have the most points scored, and I'm at the bottom of that list by 1 game, and it's really brutal.
No, it's hard for me to tell if the Lions are taking a step back.
No, they're absolutely taking a step back. Absolutely. We talked about this last week, or maybe it was Sunday morning. Was it Sunday morning we talked about this? And my thoughts on Campbell?
I wasn't on.
Oh, you weren't here? Okay. So, but to recap my point, I don't understand why Dan Campbell pulled play calling from the OC. I don't understand it. This is what they did. The first week against Green Bay, they struggled. Yeah, 13-27. Week 1's weird.
Crushed the Bears week 2.
Yeah, but then they score 52. Then they score 38. Then they score 34. Then they score 37. So that's 4 straight weeks of 34 plus points to start the season. 4 out of 5. And then you go into Kansas City and put up 17. That's going into Kansas City. This isn't like when they won there, they won 21-17. So it's not like they were with Ben Johnson, they were putting up massive points in Kansas City, right? Like this is very par for the course. Then you go to Tampa Bay and you put up 24 points. So it's like, okay, cool. Again, that's perfectly acceptable. You play Minnesota, you put up 24 points. This is not like some pull the fire alarm. This is really bad, right? And then he pulls the play calling. And like, what are you doing? Why? And then they go out and they score 44 against the Commanders. And that I attribute that to you have a lot of talent and they have no clue what you're going to do with the play calling, right? They have no clue, nothing to go off of.
They have several different ways to put up points on offense.
Exactly. So you put up a lot of points on a really bad defense. That's to be expected. But then you play Philly and you only put up 9 with Campbell calling plays. And you're like, okay. And then you struggle mightily against the Giants defense, which, to be fair, they ended up scoring 34 points, but they needed 5 quarters to do it. They didn't. It wasn't like they had 34 points with half of the 4th quarter to go, and they're out there taking knees. They needed miracles, including maybe the closest kick I've ever seen in a football game.
Now, just to clarify, is he truly calling plays?
He's calling the offense.
Okay. I didn't know if he was truly calling the plays or if it was the OC being like, hey, this is what I want to run here, yes or no.
Mm-mm. He took play calling over for the offense. And to be fair, in those 2 games, 34 and 44, that's great. But one, he needed overtime against a really bad football team. And the other one, he played.
Nope, stop. Don't even sit there. Don't even sit there and say the Giants are a really bad. Okay, they're not great. They're not great, okay, buddy? But they're pretty
They're the
pretty
30th ranked defense and the 22nd ranked offense
I don't
without
give
their
a
starting
shit.
quarterback
I don't give
and
a
without
shit.
their second string
Don't
running
care. You're not going to play that. There aren't there are some bad teams. The Saints are a bad team.
They're one of them.
The Titans are a bad team.
They
Giants.
lost to the Saints. They literally lost to the Saints.
I don't.
Team right now.
They are not a really bad football team.
They are.
They are not.
They are.
They are not.
Really
No, they are not.
They're bottom 10 in both offense and defense. And
they're playing close games.
3.
I don't care what you say. They're playing close games.
It is easier when they are in division to say that, but since it wasn't a division game, it shouldn't have been that close.
Yeah, it should not have been that close.
I understand a bad team playing in division close, but the Lions game, I think all of us going into it, we would not have guessed it would have taken overtime to win.
Yeah, they shouldn't have. They're not on the same level as the Lions at all. Nobody had them in a overtime game. Again, I think the spread was minus 10.5 for the Lions on the road.
With Jameis Winston starting.
Yeah, like this is
Scadaboo,
right now. I'm not saying a healthy Giants team is a really bad team. I'm saying the current iteration of them is a really bad football team. They're missing several starters. They just fired their head coach. Like right now, Like,
and
obviously,
if they have
Winston,
their
Jameis
starters, they may
slinging
win
it,
that
dude.
game.
Yeah, dude, if they have their starters, the Giants are a good football team. They have Darts played well. Scatterboo was the heart and soul of that offense. And you throw Malik Neighbors back in there, and dude, they have some firepower. Like, I'm not like, don't get me wrong, like they are absolutely a dangerous football team healthy. Absolutely. Let's move on here. We got really caught up on that. We're already 15 minutes deep, only 4 games in. We'll kind of streamline after this. Vikings, Packers. Packers dominate the Vikings. Vikings had like -1 yards of offense in the entire second half. It was brutal. But let me clear one thing up. Nobody played good. JJ McCarthy included. Everybody played bad. Everybody. You don't get -1 yards of offense with anybody playing good. Like, and the Packers got some lucky plays too. Like we played bad and they got some good plays on it. Like the McCarthy strip sack where he was going to throw it and he gets it strip sacked. It perfectly flutters right to a Green Bay Packers arms. Like the Packers, like the Viking is here, the Packer player is here, and instead of completing the open pass, it like flutters right to the Green Bay Packer. So like, I'm not saying they were lucky. I'm just saying like we played terribly and they had things go their way, but both were happening. And let me be very, very clear. Kevin O'Connell needs to take off the motherfucking kitty gloves. I'm sick and tired of it. Every time he has just said, okay, JJ, go play. JJ plays way better. The Lions game and the Bears game are the only 2 games this season where Kevin O'Connell's been put in a position where he has to take off the kitty gloves, give him the full offense and say, go win us the football game. And in both times, it worked out well. Every other time, he tries to protect him. He tries to call curl routes. He tries to get players where they're standing and not on the move. He tries to force the ball down the field, long developing routes when the O-line isn't winning. And it's so frustrating because, like, we saw it last season when he gets in these zones, Kevin O'Connell, when he gets in these zones, Sam Darnold couldn't succeed in those situations. And I definitely don't expect a first-time starting quarterback to succeed in those situations. And it's very frustrating because we have all the talent in the world. We have all the potential in the world. We have great players on both sides of the ball. And just everything is missing. Everything is missing.
Now, we are in several group chats together.
Yeah.
I am not going to sit here and dog on McCarthy because
that's fine.
Plenty of other people are doing that for you.
That's fine. I mean, it's fine.
No, I'm kidding.
And I'm not going to sit here and pretend to know the Vikings cap situation coming into it.
We got plenty of flexibility. We're right now we're way over the cap, but there's 2 or 3 cuts we can make. TJ Hawkinson needs to go. Go. He's highly paid and he's been garbage. He needs to go.
Looking back, I think it is an indictment on somebody if they truly believed JJ McCarthy put them in a better situation coming into the season than Sam Darnold did.
I don't think that was the case.
I think with Sam Darnold on the team right now, you guys are fighting for the top spot in the division.
See, I want to believe that, but watching the game,
watching Seattle and just how you guys played last year.
Yeah.
Yes. And I think it would have been more beneficial for JJ McCarthy to sit an extra year than to go out there and play the way he's playing now. I think you can sit a rookie quarterback longer and it won't hurt him as bad as potentially hurting his confidence the way he's playing now.
I want the exact opposite thing to happen. I want Kevin O'Connell to say, hey, we're not winning the Super Bowl this year. It's not happening. We're not winning a Super Bowl. We're going to go out and we're going to get good reps every week. We're going to throw the ball 45 times a game. I'm going to let you get every look in the book. I'm going to get you the experience because I believe that sitting a year, sitting 2 years, that's fine. Quarterbacks can absolutely do that, and it can help. But if you sit a year and you come out and you're not playing well, that means you need reps. You need those reps. And I want to see him that's what's so frustrating with O'Connell right now is he's just he's putting him out there, but then he's not letting him play. He's not letting him really go play NFL football. Put him out there and let him go play. Just let him go. Let him go play. Stop trying to just get the little dink and dunk and dink and dunk. Let him go. Get him in a rhythm of 8 consecutive easy passes.
Cook.
Yes. I don't know if he'll be out there slinging for 350 a game, even if he does that. But I am a very big believer in the Manning method. Peyton Manning's talked about it a lot. Of he attributes his greatness to being able to go out there his rookie season and make all of those mistakes. He said he never would have learned if he couldn't make those mistakes. And I like the sitting year. Last year, going into the season, I wanted JJ McCarthy to sit. The injury was unfortunate, but I didn't want him to start. I wanted him to sit a full year. And I'm glad he did. I'm glad he got to, and I'm glad he has that experience. But he's still 22 years old. He's not, it's not like he's 20. It's not like he's Bo Nix here and he's 25 years old and we got to worry. He's going to be 30 at the end of this contract. When his rookie contract is up, he would be just turning 26. Like, there is so much time out in front of him, and the flashes are there. I see it every week. You're like, oh, that was a great throw. And then, he'll miss a throw. He'll make, 2 to 5 wow throws, and then he'll make 3 to 6. Oh God, dude, how do you miss that? Like, he'll do that every week. And that's a fundamentals thing. That's absolutely a fundamentals thing.
Caleb Williams has a lot of those same flashes of greatness. Yeah.
No, absolutely. And that's like Minnesota fans. We've never had a top 10 young quarterback like this where we had to, be patient, develop him, and, watch this over time. And the entire fan base is losing their mind over it. He's so bad. How could you ever think this was a good idea? He's absolutely garbage. Get him off the field. I'm like, it's been 6 games. Yeah. I got in a huge argument yesterday with another Vikings fan about how there have been plenty of other quarterbacks that have played as bad or worse and then went on to have successful careers. Most notably, Alex Smith. Alex Smith was god-awful to start his rookie year. God-awful. He literally had a game where he went 9 of 23, 0 touchdowns, and 4 interceptions with 2 fumbles.
Yeah.
And he was the number 1 overall pick. You're thinking, oh my God, full-blown draft bust. Like, worst pick ever. And then he goes on to play for, another 10, 12 seasons, plays in the Super Bowl, wins several NFC and AFC championships. Like, just because they're struggling early on does not mean they're going to be bad quarterbacks. Now, do I want JJ McCarthy to be Alex Smith? No, I do not. If I'm being perfectly clear, I want him to be a Josh Allen. I want him to be a, high-level quarterback. But Josh Allen struggled. Josh Allen's passer rating through his first 6 starts was 2 points higher than JJ McCarthy's currently is. And that's with JJ McCarthy having like a 31 last week, which he could have literally come out and spiked the ball every play and had a higher passer rating. And he's still only 2 points behind where Allen was with twice the amount of touchdowns. And we all know Josh Allen's a touchdown machine. So my point is not to say that JJ McCarthy is going to be Josh Allen. He could absolutely still suck. He could be a complete bust in 2 years from now. But he could also be great still. There's no way to know that yet. Yep. And I hate the fandom being like, get him out. This is terrible. He's gone. Garbage, bust. Like,
hey, man.
Have some patience.
And I don't know. I'm not.
There are worse fans.
For sure. For sure. We could be Packers fans.
I'm not Eagles big fans. Into college football, but just kind of off what I'm hearing, there's only one prospect.
Yeah, there's not a whole lot of kids class. We spent a lot of time on these games. Let's move on. Indy at Kansas City. I called this game almost perfectly. I said that the Chiefs would be down something around the 20-10 range, and that Patrick Mahomes, and I quote, was going to have to put on the Superman cape and go out and win the game. And what did he do? He had 352 yards in this game. He did exactly what I said. Now, I did think the Colts offense would play better. I thought they'd have another touchdown. I think I said 27, 28 points. So I thought they'd have an extra score in this game, which they didn't. But that being said, I said they were going to be down by a score and a half, and Patrick Mahomes is going to have to bring them back and get them back in this game. Turns out they were down 2 scores and had to crawl back into it at the end. I took Colts plus 3.5. So, any thoughts?
Chiefs is the Chiefs, man. I mean, they still don't look quite as good as they did last year.
Yeah,
which honestly wasn't even that great, but
they're just not winning the close. Last year they were winning every close game. This year they're not.
Yeah, and I mean, they definitely needed that win to stay alive. So here we go.
It's been hard for me to get behind the Colts this season just because Daniel Jones is their starting quarterback.
Yeah.
Have you not watched him play?
He looks amazing.
But Riley's just expecting the shoe to drop. Riley's waiting for it's the same thing people did to Sam Darnold last year of when's the other shoe going to drop.
Geno Smith looked great on Seattle, goes to the Raiders, looks like an absolute bum.
Oh my god.
Yeah, but that was pretty quick, you know what I mean? I feel like we all kind of saw that from like game 1, game 2 versus Daniel Jones. It's like this guy can fucking play.
We have a far greater track record of him being bad than we do him being good. But
not this year. I'm just saying.
Not this year. He's been
But I will say in regards to that this year, Shane Steichen is working a masterclass. Having, in my opinion, the league MVP on your team in the running back position, and Jonathan Taylor's helping a lot. And second, Daniel Jones is leading the league in first read throw rate, which means his first read is where he throws the ball. So he snaps the ball, looks at his first option, throws it there because they're open. And that's Sam Darnold and Daniel Jones right now are the two leading with Drake May in third. So when you have an offense being schemed that well and the guys are getting open, your quarterback does really well. And that's why I put a lot of stock in coaching in the NFL. I believe that especially on the defensive side of the ball, you can have a Myles Garrett. You can have a full-blown Hall of Fame Aaron Donald level player and have a bad D coordinator and you have a bad defense. Like you can have 3 plumbers on defense. You can have 3 plumbers on defense and you can put up a good game because you have a great scheme. Like scheme can make up for lack of talent. One star player or one really good player doesn't always make up for a lack of scheme. And so, and I personally put a lot of stock in the offensive scheme too. For example, Ben Johnson this year. Ben Johnson, I thought the Bears were going to be a top 10 offense right away. And there were a lot of people who were skeptical. Ben Johnson's just a great schemer. Sean McVay, great schemer of the offense. And then when you give those guys great players, you get what's going on in LA right now where they're just looking insanely dominant. So for me, the Colts and the Seahawks are both doing amazing coaching jobs and they have good players. Daniel Jones, if you keep him within the boundaries of the system, I think he can perform at a Kirk Cousins. He can perform at a top 15 to 10 NFL quarterback level, right? Like he's capable of that, but that's his peak. I don't expect him to ever be a top 5 quarterback consistently. I don't expect in 5 years from now we're going to be talking about, ever since Daniel Jones went to the Colts, he's been a top 5 quarterback. Like I don't expect that. So any other thoughts on Colts Chiefs?
No, sir.
All right. Seahawks at the Titans. I said it before the game, so I said belt to ass. Just straight up. And I mean, the final score doesn't look that way, but for the majority of this game, the heavy majority of this game, the score was 30-3. And then they got 2 late touchdowns in the third quarter in garbage time. And then they get a late fourth quarter touchdown, I believe. With 43 seconds left, they get a fourth quarter touchdown. So like, it wasn't a close game. Going into the fourth quarter, it was 30-17 with a late touchdown. So like, Seahawks dominated this game beginning to end. I don't really have much to say about it.
Yeah, I mean, Seahawks are juggernauts.
Seahawks are a really good football team. Really good football team. Jets at Ravens. Jets covered the 13.5 that I said they would. They covered it by half a point, but they covered it, man. I tell you, at football, Vegas is weird, man. They said it was a 13.5 point spread. Baltimore won by 13. So Jets covered. Jets. Baltimore's defense continues to roll. This defense is absolutely turned around since they got healthy. Since they got healthy, they have given up. So in the 5 weeks of the season, they were not healthy. They were missing several pieces. I think they were missing like 7 starters at one point. They gave up 41-17 to Cleveland, 38, 37, 44, and then they get those pieces back against the Rams, 17, against the Bears, 16, against the Dolphins, 6, against the Vikings, 19, against the Browns, 16, against the Jets, 10. They have not given up 20 points since week 5. And this was a defense that gave up 37 plus in 4 out of the first 5 games. So this is a scary team. Lamar is still not healthy, which is even crazier. He's still battling a knee injury, but he's out there every week battling through it. And J.J. McCarthy is the only person to put up more than 17 points on this defense. So, like, this is absolutely. I'm just kidding. I'm kidding. I'm just messing. That's just me messing. But no, this Ravens team, I think personally, is the best team in the AFC right now. And I know that's crazy to say, but you have Derrick Henry with Lamar, and Derrick Henry with Lamar gets so much pressure taken off of him that he can be 2,000-yard Derrick Henry. You have Lamar in the game. You have Mark Andrews playing great in the red zone, blocking well. You have Zay Flowers, who's hurt but has played well, and they've won now 6 consecutive games? I think. Yes, I believe. I think it's 5 consecutive. They've won 5 consecutive games, including 3 out of the last 5 on the road, including beating Cleveland in Cleveland, which we've talked about how good that Cleveland defense can be at home. And now they get Cincinnati and Joe Burrow's first game back, so we don't really know he's going to be 100%. Then they get the Pittsburgh Steelers at home, division game going to be tough. Then they go to Cincy. That'll be a tough game. Joe Burrow will have been back for a few weeks. Then they go New England at home, which I think they win that game. And then they go to Green Bay, tough game, and then at Pittsburgh, tough game. So they have a rough road ahead, but right now they're sitting at 6-5, and they haven't given up more than 19 points in the past since week 6. No, since week 5. Sorry. That's you're looking up. You're looking up if you're the Ravens right now, and I think they're very, very, very dangerous. Jacksonville at Arizona. Anybody expect this game to be something amazing and some overtime, wild, crazy game? No, me neither. Jacksonville gets the dub against the Cardinals. Good on them. I think this is kind of an inconsequential game. Nobody really cares about it. But great game. We love watching an overtime game. Good way to keep it close, guys. Way to keep us entertained. Yeah. Cleveland at the Raiders.
Let's go.
Sanders looked great.
Let's go.
Really?
Absolutely.
He looked great.
Absolutely. Oh yeah.
Absolutely
He looked very well.
Yeah, 100%.
And I think it completely solidifies my point that the Raiders absolutely should have drafted him.
Man,
hindsight's 2020. Hindsight's 2020. But I'm just saying, I
think
Geno Smith has not had a game where he looked that good.
But Shadur Sanders had some really good throws in that game. But he didn't play perfectly. He was able to beat the Raiders defense. Perfectly. But
I think he played an average game.
I
would say he played average or above average.
Okay, 11 for 20 with 210 yards, 1 touchdown, 1 interception, and an 87 passer rating with no rushing yards.
That's pretty good for a rookie starting. For a rookie Browns quarterback.
That is good. For a rookie making his first start, that is below NFL average, is what I'm saying. I'm saying compared to the whole league. Like I said, he played good. I was impressed by how he played. And that one throw where he's rolling out to his right and he kind of hucks it over his head and drops it in the bucket, great throw. But he still missed half his throws.
The touchdown was on a little dump off. And as
that one, hold on. Time out. Before you make your point, that one, I was watching ESPN last night, and they said Shadur Sanders sets the rookie record this season for longest passing touchdown. And then they showed it, and I was like, are you fucking kidding?
Yeah.
Like, are you fucking... Not Shadur in that, but that, I hate that.
And the pass rolling out to his right, it was a good pass, but I've seen people talking about how it was elite arm strength, And I was watching the play. I was like, there's 15 NFL quarterbacks that can make that throw.
I expect if you're playing in the NFL, you can make that throw. Maybe not every time, but you can make it.
Yeah.
I'm not dogging on him. I think he played well. He beat up on a really bad Raiders defense. Like he played really well. Like I'm not trying to dog on him at all. I was just trying to give him credit.
I'm excited to see him start against the 49ers next week.
I didn't like, and I'm not a big fan of this in general with most like I hated when Cam Newton I love Cam Newton. I thought Cam Newton is him and Josh Allen, two best mobile quarterbacks to ever play the game, up there right behind Lamar Jackson, right? Like they are like mobility wise. Like the way Shedeur, I'm not trying to say I don't like confidence in my quarterback because I do. I love it when my quarterback comes out and says, yeah, we played a good game today. Really love what the team did. I love that. Coming out and saying, yeah, that was 1 week. That was 1 week of practice. Just wait till I get a whole off season in me. Like I don't like that.
I love it.
I love it. To me.
Nope, I love it. I love the love of the game. He's got all the confidence in
the
world.
I do like the love of the game.
Something that you can't teach. You know what I mean? That is something that you can't teach. You can teach
no.
where to throw the ball correctly. You can teach how to anticipate pressure. You can teach how to read a defense. But somebody coming in there that's like, that is really how you win games to me, is having somebody who is that confident. And I mean, look at his dad, man. What was anybody expecting? Who is this guy? He is
with his dad.
Yeah, well, I'm just saying, like.
Oh, I was gonna say his dad was like
confidence.
His dad was God coming out of college. His dad was.
I understand that.
His dad walked into an NFL draft meeting and was like, "Yeah, you're not even gonna be like you're the 5th overall pick. I won't even be there. See ya." And got up and walked out. Like Deion was like known he was gonna be a top 2 pick.
I understand that, but my point is just the fact that he is prime. He is, he's confident.
I love
he's
that.
Flashy, and
I
so
love that
obviously his son's gonna be.
Yeah.
I love that when you can back it up. If he plays like Josh Allen, boom, go out there and be that guy. Like absolutely, you go win an MVP like Cam Newton did. Go out there and be that guy. Like I accept it from people who can back it up. Him as a rookie quarterback in his first game ever, throwing for 200 yards and completing 50% of his passes. Like, could you imagine? Like, for example, if JJ McCarthy week 1 had come out and been like, yeah, just wait until next week. Like, what are you talking about?
I understand what you're saying, but if Shedeur doesn't become a starter, it is comments like those that will keep him from being a backup long-term in the NFL.
Yeah, I think if he doesn't become a star,
teams don't like their backup quarterback making headlines in the.
It's what happened to Johnny Manziel.
Yes. I loved the pregame. Just those questions, and she's like, "What do you want to say to the Browns fans?" Blah blah blah. Like, and he's like, "I'm who they've been waiting for," and then walks off. Like, come on.
So for example, his quarterback rating was a 52.5. Right, that's 55 is average.
Hey.
For the NFL. No. I'm not dogging.
I'm just saying they won the game.
Yeah, absolutely. But he played like middle of the road to come out and pretend like in my eyes, his comments said to me, "Look at what I just did. Like you beat a bottom tier team and you played average. That's not worth. Look at me. Like
they won. That's what they're trying to do.
But you celebrate when you win something, not every time you win. It's the same mentality as celebrating after every single play. I hate when like Justin Jefferson does it. He gets up after a first down and like Aaron Jones has always done it. He's done it since the Packers days. Every time he gets a first down, he goes, and I'm like, dude, like it's just a first down. Get back in the huddle. Like you don't need to celebrate after everything.
It's not a half.
Like it's almost participation trophy level bad for me. Like you're celebrating getting a first down. Cool. Go get a touchdown. We're here for touchdowns and playoff wins and Super Bowl wins. We're not here to celebrate first downs. That's it. It's a base issue, I guess.
All right.
But that's fundamentally how I feel. All right, Philly gets beat by the Dallas Cowboys, Dalton.
Mm,
Oh my
You've got to
God.
be stoked.
Man.
I would like to say this before
I-
you start. Before you start.
go ahead.
I would like to say this. Dallas played really well, and they deserve the credit for the comeback. I do believe Philly gave this game away. You guys deserve your win. Go for it.
Man, I was super nervous going in, and obviously, as anyone would, put up 7 points. Okay, let's go answer. All right, 14 points. Okay, it's all right. We're not down yet. Okay, 21 points going into the half, and like I just remember watching that last drive of the half, and I was like, need a touchdown. Need a touchdown. We cannot go scoreless into the second half, and then they got one, and I was like, okay, maybe. But then, and then I kind of stopped super paying attention, and then I had to go drive to a friend's Thanksgiving, and I have the phone up on literally Amber's like steering for me as like I'm watching I'm like rewatching the George Pickens. I'm like, oh my god, he like, I remember watching Dak throw that ball, and it looked like it went straight up in the air. It looked like it went straight up in the air, and then I was like, going to George Pickens, 2 guys on him, and he just Randy Mosses him, and I was like,
Yeah.
So a funny little side note. When it was 20-7, obviously we have a lot of Cowboys fans in some of our group chats.
Yep.
I was sitting there and I about sent a text when it was 20-7, like, oh, how about that elite offense? And I was like, no, I'll wait until the game's done. And then they come back. I was like, thank goodness I didn't.
Yeah, they got that one.
Man, my favorite, dude, it's so funny because if you look at, I follow a couple Cowboys beat writers, and they are not letting people live it down. People who were like all the Eagles fans who were tweeting and talking.
Eagles fans should never get to live
my
anything down.
Oh, it was great.
It happens every Bears game. We get to about the third quarter, and people send all these tweets out, and then the Monday after the game, they show like receipts about how mad Bears fans were, and how they won the game.
And I feel like social media, this is a generational problem, but social media in football, it is such a get caught up in the moment. Could you imagine Colts fans during Peyton Manning's rookie season throwing for 28 interceptions? I mean, people would have been out for somebody. This freaking rookie throwing for 28 pick. How could you let this happen? This is garbage. You wasted number 1 overall pick on this guy. Oh my God, you suck. And then Peyton Manning goes on to become Peyton Manning. Like, or even Aaron Rodgers. Oh my God, can you believe we're wasting 4 years of this rookie quarterback? Oh my God, I can't believe you let him sit behind old Favre. Favre's not even good anymore. Like, because Brett Favre's final couple seasons, he struggled. And then, you know what I mean? Like, it's like, it's just so many things. We get so caught up in the moment year to year of like, it's just funny. Falcons beat the Saints. I said it on Sunday. I'll say it again. This is the Saints. Yes, Kirk Cousins isn't playing well. Yes, I don't expect him to be Kirk Cousins of old, but this is the Saints.
Can I just say
bad?
Tyler Shuck kind of looks like, physically, looks like Drew Brees.
Weird. I don't get that vibe. I get more of like a too athletic to be Drew Brees, I guess.
I saw a picture of him in his helmet, man, and I was just like, looking a little bit like Drew Brees.
I guess more of because he's like 6'5", 220.
Only in the face.
Okay. Only in the face. Oh, okay.
Yeah.
I thought you were saying like I'm like, he's just too athletic. He's too
just
tall.
His face.
I just don't see it.
Because wasn't Drew Brees like 5'10" or something?
He's 5'11", yeah.
5'11".
Yeah. Tampa Bay at LA, Rams throttle. I mean,
that is what exactly I thought the Cowboys game was going to be. That's what I thought was going to happen.
Tampa Bay's just too hurt
to the Bucks. Yeah.
Tampa Bay's just too beat up. The Baker's out. Like, it's not looking good. It looks like a re-aggravation of a previous injury, which could mean long-term damage. It's not looking good for Tampa Bay.
He might. If it's not looking good for Baker, he might be done. I'm gonna be surprised if
for the season. You mean?
Yeah.
I think it'd be smart to sit him the rest of the year. For like long-term health, you have your quarterback of the future. Don't screw it up by ruining his shoulder. Like, I know it sucks. You're
Yeah, but
6
they're
and
having a
5.
good
You have a
season,
legitimate
yeah.
chance. But like, don't throw away the next 5-6 seasons to maybe make a run. Like, you don't have the defense to make a run. You don't have the run game to make a run. Bucky Irving is supposed to be back any week for the past 6 weeks. Like, I don't like it. I would, if I'm Tampa Bay, I'm punting on this season. I know they're 6 and 5. I know that seems crazy. The league is too deep this year. Nobody can pull themselves apart, and you don't have the team to do it. Personal opinion. San Francisco beats up Carolina. I mean, I expected a low-scoring 49ers win. That's what we got. Anything you guys want to add?
I would say that this is still. I mean, obviously, it's the Panthers, but the Panthers look pretty good.
The Panthers haven't looked terrible.
Are looking pretty good.
The Panthers are kind of in that same boat as the Bucks. Like, sometimes they look really good, and other times they look not so good.
Yeah. I mean, I wouldn't put the Panthers in somewhere with like the Saints or the Titans or the Raiders.
God, no. I would put them well above the Saints. Well above the Saints.
Yeah.
I know.
So this was a pretty good win. This was I just feel like this was it's obviously not an impressive win, if they didn't beat the Broncos, they didn't beat the Rams, but like
the Panthers
like
get the Rams next week. Oof. The Rams, the Panthers have to play all division games, including Tampa Bay twice still, and the only 2 non-division games they have left are the Rams and the Seahawks.
Ooh,
Panthers are done.
Panthers are not making the playoffs. They're 6 and 6. I mean, best case scenario, they're getting to. They are having 8 losses, so they're pretty much done. Tampa Bay, you're sitting at 6 and 5. They do have a crazy easy schedule. They have Arizona, the Saints, the Falcons, the Panthers twice, and the Dolphins. Like, they have a really easy schedule. Oh, man, it's just you're not healthy. Your QB1 is potentially re-aggravated a long-term health concern in a shoulder. Like,
and it's his throwing shoulder too, right?
I don't remember if it's his throwing shoulder or not. I can't remember, to be honest.
Okay, but it's a labrum, isn't it?
Yeah, which can be a long-term damage thing. Can really suck. You can only fix it so many times.
Yes. And then they say it's sausage.
Yeah, exactly. So, that's all I got for week 12. Anybody got anything else?
I do have one comment. I don't know if I covered it last week, but Last Chance U coach John Bean was tragically shot on the field. Nashawn Wright, he has been filling in for the Bears since Jalen Johnson has been down.
Yep.
John Bean was his coach in college.
Okay.
And since that has happened, he has had back-to-back interceptions in the last 2 weeks.
He's played really well. He's had 5 picks this year. He's played really well.
Currently leading the league. We're supposed to get Jalen Johnson and Kyler Gordon back, so it'll be interesting to see how he fits into this once our corners are healthy. But the guy is playing out of his mind. If you remember in the Minnesota game, he gets that picture or that
that pick.
That pick, and then I don't know if you saw it, but he starts crying.
Yeah.
That was the reason why, is because it was the first game after his coach had died.
It's because God intervened and couldn't let the Vikings win. That's literally what you're saying. God literally intervened and was like, listen, this guy needs a moment. Give it to him.
The guy has been on practice squads for the last 4 years.
He was on Minnesota's practice squad last year.
Yeah. God said, you are now good. And
God literally said, the Vikings need to suffer more. They haven't suffered enough. 60 years without a Super Bowl, not enough. We need more. It's gonna make that one amazing.
Either a tragic or great story, depending on how you look at it. But
just to catch us up here, we had throughout the offseason, we went through and we predicted each week of the NFL schedule, week by week by week. every week on the show, we would predict another week, and we went down the line. So all these predictions are about 18 weeks out, roughly 16 to 18 weeks out. There were a couple weeks we did a couple weeks at a time. I am currently, or this week I went 10-4. Dalt, you also went 10-4. Spoon, who's not here, went 9-5. We did really well this week on picking games. I am currently sitting at 111-64. Dalt, you are sitting at 108-67. And Spoon broke 100 this week, gets to 175, making our group total 104-71.
That's
making
pretty
us 59.5%, so almost 60% on the season, correctly predicting 6 out of every 10 games as a group. That's pretty good for about a full season out in advance. So put your money where your mouth is. With that, we will see y'all in the next one. Peace.